Greetings to you viewers and welcome to today's writing theatre. I am your regular host, Harmony Ezenwa. I'm here with one of my colleagues,
Deborah, Fatunla. Today we'll be looking at a very important topic, and the topic is the subject of writing as a presenter.
We want to shed more light into the topic, and also we want to know the relationship between writing and presentation.
Here with us today, we have our guest who is a presenter in Radio Lagos Eco FM, and she's also the head of the presentation unit of the station, in person of Mrs. Monsura Fanimokun. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome, ma. Thank you. So today we want to know the relationship between writing as a presenter. So how will you define writing to a layman?
Writing to presentation, let me start that way, is one of the focal points of presentation. Whatever you're going to say has to, first of all, be built upon in your imagination, in your brain. And for you to have some of the things that you would say without blabbing, you need to pen them down. It is always very important to have some of your thoughts on paper.
Okay.
It guides you. That's called scripting. It guides you in your form of presentation.
Mm.
So sometimes when you find people that have been well grounded in the profession, you see that they ad-lib. That means, okay, they already know exactly what they want to say. They know where the focal point is, and they go into proper presentation because they already have an idea of what they're going to say.
Yeah.
But even with that, you must have guidelines. It might not be detailed in terms of I want to say, and you write I want to say.
Okay.
So writing is very, very important in presentation.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome. Thank you, ma. So, ma, what are the relationship between writing and presentation to you as a presenter, ma'am?
It is like I rightly said, it's one of the heart of presentation.
Okay, ma'am.
There is no way what we're saying right now is written in our mind before us saying it.
Okay, ma'am.
You understand? That's the first step. Having an idea, conceptualizing what you want to say. So for you to do or go into proper presentation, you have written down your guidelines,
Okay.
the points and the things that would guide your presentation. Let me just put it that way. That is, the relationship is very cordial. It depends on how you make it cordial. You have to make it very essential in your day-to-day act of presentation.
So, like what you're saying is that writing plays a major role in broadcasting.
Absolutely. There is no way and nowhere in the world where a presenter doesn't pen down their idea, their thoughts on whatever they're going to say, either on television or on radio.
We would like you to also shed more light on the importance of writing in journalism.
Well, it is very important in the sense that it's a guideline. It's you writing down what you're going. It helps you to model the thoughts or the idea you want to push out to the people. So if you don't write down anything, like you're interviewing me now, even if you don't read the questions word for word as you have written them down, it gives you a guideline as to
Exactly.
what you want to say.
Yes.
So it is very, very important, and I'll keep standing on that fact that there is no way you can go into proper presentation without having something penned down for you as a guideline.
Yeah, impressive. what impresses you the most about upcoming writers? Because a lot of people are out there writing something, but I feel like people need to encourage these writers. So what impresses you when you see an upcoming writer?
You know, just like in presentation as well, there are people saddled with the responsibility of script writing.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So there is no way, it's a chain, it's a body, it's a house that comprises of so many things. As a presenter, you might think that, okay, you can just come on set, you understand, whatever you're going to say, the guidelines or the script you're going to read has been written by someone.
Wow.
But that doesn't mean that you won't have your own input in terms of ideas that you will use on board, because the writer is there, they've written it. You have to digest it. You have to understand. Your mind you have to relate with the mind of the script writer. So the work of the script writer is just like saying that, okay, I can, I'm trying to look for a very good example where I'm a very good hairdresser. I can make hair.
Yes, ma'am.
But that doesn't mean I can produce the material in making the hair.
Exactly.
You understand? So there is someone that is already doing that job.
Yeah.
But it makes it a lot better when the presenter is also a good script writer. You produce because you have conceptualized the idea. You have the idea of what you want to say. You'll be in a better position to write and deliver what you have written down.
That's interesting.
Thank you very
Exactly.
much. That's so impressive. Ma, so these upcoming writers, what are the things you think they should avoid? Probably as a script writer, as a presenter, what are the things that you think they should avoid, ma?
Well, there are guidelines and there are rules and regulations guiding script writing. Basically, it depends on the focal point, the area of concentration, what you want to write about. First of all, you must have a glaring idea, and you must have researched.
Okay.
Research is one of the key elements of writing. You wouldn't want to write about the people of, let me say, Gomino. That just came to mind. And you don't have the history, you don't have the background, you don't have
Background check.
you don't have the background check. You don't know what the people are all about.
Yeah.
You don't know what in terms of food they eat. You don't know what they like. You don't know the tradition or the culture. You don't know. You must have an idea of entirety of everything. You must be able to research, ask questions, and be a very good user of simple language.
Yes,
that is
for
what
sure.
a podcast is about.
Yeah.
You don't have to use
Ambiguous
words in terms of you want to impress people. You understand?
Exactly.
So people that are listening to you or looking at you must be able to relate in simple terms exactly what you're telling them or what you're showing them. If you're showing them picture, it has to correspond with the words you're saying.
Yeah, with the
and all that.
writing.
Exactly. Everything together makes up something.
Wow.
Admission into Nigerian Institute of Journalism, full-time and part-time national diploma, higher national diploma, and postgraduate diploma program for 2022-23 academic session is on. Suitable qualified candidates should visit www.nij.edu.ng, check portal and click the link admission. Fill the online form and pay the required fee for the application or call 0805 919 6459 0805-919-6459. NIJ, Center for Communication Excellence. Excellence.
We are listening to today's writing theater, and we are still with our humble guest, Miss Fanimokun. Thank you very much, ma.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma.
So lastly, ma, what advice will you give to upcoming writers that are interested in this field of study, like writing, presentation, and all of that?
Okay. The best advice I will give, advice cannot be exhausted actually, but one of the major advice I will give is the fact that you must know your flair. You must know what you love to do. It's not something that out of my spare time I want to do it. It will fizzle out.
Okay.
So the best thing is, it's just like being in broadcast industry as well. It must be something you love to do. It must be something that you have flair for. You understand? Not something that out of spare time I'll do, because when you now have something that you're passionate about, you will leave it. So the first point is know that you have a passion for this.
Exactly.
If you have a passion for this, then you will go for it.
Yes.
Learn the rudiments of this profession. Then don't get carried away by having a first thought that in terms of monetary, is it going to be very lucrative? Fine, there is nothing we venture into that we won't want to look for something that will sustain us.
Yes.
You understand? But first of all, like I said, your passion. Do you have that passion for it? You understand? If you have passion for it, then you will go for it. Then you have to read wide.
Yeah.
You have to read wide. You have to be the type that you will need to explore.
In terms of reading?
In terms of reading, in terms of research, in terms of traveling, in terms of listening.
Okay.
Be open to ideas. You understand?
Yes,
if you have a closed mind, certainly there is no way you'll be able to flourish in this field. So for you to be a writer, a good script writer, a good presenter, you must be able to read wide, be open to ideas, and that way, with other advice coming here and there, you'll be able to expand your scope, and be grounded in the profession.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you for coming, Miss Fanimokun. We appreciate your presence here.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, our viewers, and I want to say a very big thank you to our production crew, Miss Debbie, Ifunanya, Ijaola. I say a very big thank you to you.
And also to Mariam, who is part of us in the production team. And also to our executive producer, Dr. Dele, Omojuyigbe. Thank you, and do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.